Hi everybody. When I was thinking about which story from my life to share with you, I considered that it should not be about any of my achievements or setbacks. This would sound pretentious, so I discarded those. Rather, reflecting on the events from the past that taught me an unforgettable lesson, I chose this one. This happened about 20 years ago. I was 25 and considered myself, as many young people, as the toughest man on earth. I had a job in Republic of Georgia, a picturesque country by the Black Sea between Russia and Turkey. My working team, a group of 5 young people as myself, have invited me on a trip to the main Caucasus mountain ridge. How could I refuse this? I absolutely love mountains. On the next day of our arrival there, we decided to take a walk in the hills surrounding the village, with the purpose of climbing one of it, which seemed to be easy. The scenery was stunning, moderate and steep grassy slopes everywhere with high rocky summits at a distance, all around us, covered with snow. We set ourselves on a trail which was meandering along the slope of the hill, taking us from one terrace to the other, gaining altitude slowly but steadily, leading us to the summit. At some point, I decided that the slope was not too steep to continue along a mile-long trail loop, and suggested to take a shortcut and climb straight to the next terrace. One of the guys liked my idea, and we joked that the 2 of us will be summiting the hill when the rest of the group will still be taking the next turn on the trail. So we started our straight climb to the next balcony, which seemed to be around 500 feet above us, through grass, mud and rocks. We were confident to reach it at least 15 minutes before the rest. At first, the slope did not feel steep, but soon enough we were not able to walk anymore and had to use our hands as well, quickly gaining height. In less than 10 minutes into the climb, we found ourselves in an almost vertical, slippery slope with more than 150 feet of it already below us. It was clear that it had become much more dangerous to descend now than to continue upwards. With still at least the same height of climb ahead of us, and occasional hairy heads of grass to grab to, we pushed on. These last 5 minutes of climb, which seemed an eternity, I will never forget. Sweating both with effort and with fear, never looking down, I finally pushed myself over the edge of the terrace into safety. I was soaked with sweat and almost could hear the crazy pace of my heart amid the incredible silence, the one that can only be found in the mountains. The very moment I was safe, I thought of my companion who followed me and still had not appeared. The huge wave of anxiety, much stronger than the recent fear, almost made me sick. When finally his always smiling face appeared over the edge, I felt the happiest man on earth. Slightly nervous, but not as nearly as shocked as I was, he sat down and sighed. "Wow, what a feat!" We finally stood up and approached to the edge to take a look at what we had just climbed. What seemed a moderate slope to climb from the point where we decided to risk it looked now as an almost vertical precipice. We did not tell anyone about what both of us lived through just minutes ago, but when the rest of the group arrived, we humbly followed them, never again stepping off the trail. I think this was the best lesson of humbleness and of thinking before doing that I will never forget. Both my friend and I could have easily lost our lives that day. Thank you for listening, guys, and please always think twice.